Grace and peace, beloved brothers and sisters. I pray that you all are well. I'm calmed down now. I done put my swords up for today. I'm putting my swords up for today. That's why I think the Father had me wear this like almost Asian inspired shirt, you guys. I said, Father, you gonna have me wielding my swords today, huh? So he had me wear this Asian inspired shirt, I guess, to go I guess to go along with the theme. I'm telling you guys, the Father, he has a sense of humor. But anyway, I just came on here really quick because it didn't really tie in with the video that I just did regarding Jezebel's reign is over. But one of the things the Father's been placing on my heart is many of you brothers and sisters, again, the Father has had us focused on purpose, especially for those of us that are in the first part of the remnant, right? And many of you, he has you either getting ready to start a ministry, has you working on maybe multiple things. Maybe you're working on a book. Maybe you're starting your first business. And I'm sorry. Okay. Has some of you starting a business, right? And one of the things the Father has been placing on all of our hearts really, really heavy is the Father is wanting us to move in silence, right? Be careful. Check with the Father. Please check with the Father with every single person that you are desiring to share anything with. Allow him to, tell you if he wants you to even share this information with them. Allow him to give you the details regarding when he wants you to launch, right? Who he wants you to work with or not work with. Perfect example. I was just at a meeting last week, and there was this man that was at this meeting regarding basically something that I'm working on, right? And this man, he seemed to be a really great resource, but I was just kind of not really getting a good feeling from him in the meeting. So afterwards, he didn't have any cards on him, but afterwards, he was saying that we wanted a card that he was going to give us a card after the meeting. So he was passing out cards in the parking lot to all the different people that were there after the meeting. And I just didn't feel, for some reason, I just didn't feel comfortable. Again, the Father is increasing our spiritual gifts where a person doesn't even really have to say that much. We'll just get a feeling. But what the Father wants us to do with any feelings that we get, whether they be good or bad, is still take it to him, right? So as I was sitting in my car getting ready to pull off, I was looking at the card and I was like, I said, Father, I just went into prayer, in a silent prayer, and I said, Father, do you want me to use this resource, that he's offering and that's available with, what, you have me working on? He said, no. And he said, and why do you think that is? And I said, okay, Father, I already knew. Again, I was getting uncomfortable. I had a feeling that, this man, again, all that looks good is not good. The Father, when the Father is in it, these things are going to be very, very successful. Everything that the Father has you place your hands on, brothers and sisters, is going to do well. Right? It's going to do well, especially in this hour that we are in. However, we have to understand the enemy is not just sending counterfeit love interests and counterfeit kingdom spouses. He is sending counterfeit everythings, right? He is sending counterfeit destiny helpers. He is sending counterfeit business partners, right? And so the Father wants these things to be a success. Ask him, Father, when should I launch my business? Who do you want me working with? He wants us to involve him in every single aspect of what we're doing so that it can be successful. More importantly, he's teaching us to be strictly obedient and follow him wholly, learning more and more how to follow him wholly in everything that we do. And again, these things are meant to glorify him. They're also meant to generate kingdom wealth, right? To be able to help brothers and sisters in whatever way that he places it on our heart to do so. So the Father, it is within his interest, because he is the Lord over this harvest. It is within his interest for us to be successful, so that we can have the means that are necessary to help the brothers and sisters, whether we need it or someone else needs it, right? So the Father wants us to be wise. He wants us to make sure we are taking everything before his throne. I know that especially the closer that it gets to the date of you releasing something or starting something or launching something, you're going to be excited and you want to share your good news, but understand that everybody is not meant to share your good news with. Take it to the Father's throne. Allow him to let you know who he wants you to share these things with and who he doesn't, who he wants you to be involved with your project, your baby, your labor of love, and who he doesn't. Again, the Father is sending many persons in our lives that are going to help us, that are going to be strong in the areas that we are weak, and vice versa. So he will direct our steps and guide us, but he can't if we are not inviting him in, if we are moving and leaning on our own understanding. You know, this is not the time to do that. Again, the Father is saying this time is now. Every day, you brothers and sisters are starting things and getting things going. So, you know, just we want to be wise in this hour. The Father wants us to walk fully in the things that he's placing on our lives. And he wants us to be, as he said, blessed going out, blessed coming in, our vats to overflow, everything, our every part of our lives to glorify him. He gets no glory if we're hurting, if we're struggling, if we're not prospering. And yes, maybe for a time in the season, that is his desire, because he wants to hide you. Remember, certain points in your life, depending on where you're at in your spiritual walk, yeah, there are times and seasons where he will have you looking downright forsaken, like Job, like Joseph, like even his dear son and our reigning king, YAHUSHA. It is a time and season for all things under the sun. So I'm not saying, brother or sister, that just because you are going through a certain season that the Father is not with you, because I know, again, all those that especially that are in the first group of the remnant, there is a season where, yes, you will go through that too. You will have to pick up and carry your torture stake. You will be stripped. You will be purged. You will be purified. You will go through that fire baptism. But when the Father is ready to bring you out, when he is ready for you to walk in that position and mantle that he has on you, no one will be able to stop it. But he just wants us to be, all of us brothers and sisters, to be wise, to love each other, to encourage each other, understanding that these are the things that are going to set us apart. The love that we have for one another, supporting each other, clapping for one another, being genuinely happy for our brothers and sisters, right? This, again, despite everything that's going on right now, this is a beautiful time. So I just wanted to share that with you. You know, making sure that we are taking everything and everyone before his throne, making sure we're keeping these things on the hush, on the low, completely just private until the Father is ready for us to launch, and just continuing to love, uplift, upbuild, and encourage one another. So that's the word. I love you all. I'll see you all Wednesday. Shalom to everyone. Bye-bye.